As long as you're not lying about anything, I think it's totally fine.
You don't look like your pictures. That's where the line is.
Can you tell which of these photos are fake? Artificial intelligence makes it more difficult to know who you are speaking with online.
But there is one corner of the internet where authenticity is integral and deception could be dangerous.
The world of online dating. ChatGPT wrote parts of Annie's dating biography. After being bored with blank profiles and lazy messaging, she's encouraging more people to use AI.
So many profiles that I see are completely blank, and then the ones that do have something, sometimes it's just one sentence, but you don't have to do it alone. So that's why I encourage particularly men to get on these AI apps and help them write something. Anything. It would make me feel like, oh, this person is putting in more effort.
Annie also used AI to change the background of her photos, and she is not the only one experimenting with images.
So that's AI generated.
That's right.
That one's real.
That's real.
That one's obviously AI, isn't it?
Yeah, that was our first try.
These pictures of Giovanni are completely AI generated. He uploaded this one to Tinder.
Would I get better matches from that picture?
He says it saves time taking good photos.
I don't think it's bad to use AI to have a realistic representation of how you look.
But then his account was banned.
The conclusion probably would be that one looked too fake. Eventually they restored it, and I haven't used that picture since.
But this technology is causing online safety concerns.
As some warn about scammers creating fake online personas that seem more convincing than ever before.
We are seeing these kinds of profiles being used both for, I guess, what you could call irritating catfishing, but we are also seeing these tools being used in the context of things like romance scams. There are real consequences to these technologies bleeding into the online dating space.
They're not real photos of you, so what would you say to people who might accuse you of being misleading or deceptive by creating these fake images?
It's still your face. It's still, I believe, a real representation of you. But now you have the right lighting, the right poses, the right facial expressions.
Where do you draw the line? What's too far in your opinion?
You don't look like your pictures. That's where the line is.
As long as you're not lying about anything, I think it's totally fine. You might feel like someone using an AI tool to write their bio feels disingenuous, but when you're in your 30s and you've been in the dating game for a few years and you see that lots of people struggle to come off authentically online, but they're perfectly amazing in person, you don't care anymore.
So how can you tell if a photo is what it seems?
The challenge with this is that the technology is evolving incredibly fast. I can tell you today some of the signs that we might look for fake images or audio or text, but there's no guarantee that tomorrow those tips will still apply. With that caveat out of the way, there are a few signs you can look for, particularly in images. That is this kind of almost plasticky, smoothed appearance, fine detail, such as hair, not necessarily being generated to the highest quality, but then also, is there a consistent background to this image? In my view, it is not sustainable to get people to look for the signs of AI-generated content or deepfakes. And so we need to shift that responsibility away from the individual and more towards the technology providers and the platforms.
Bumble says it has been using AI behind the scenes for years for things like moderation, recommendations, and verifying photos. And Tinder told the BBC it is excited about how AI could enhance the dating experience and is committed to prioritizing safety.
As these artificially generated profiles are only set to become more realistic, we should all be critical of text, video, and photos which you might see online.
Jamie Morland, BBC News.